Hey everybody, so this is going to be another Yuri versus Yuri. It's going to be on Heartland. So this is a pretty good map for Yuri's Revenge. And this is actually considered one of the more fair maps because it's a symmetrical map. The only time this map's not fair is if you get stuck in one of the corners and the other guys next to you, kinda. I mean, but usually that doesn't happen if you're in a quick match or a custom game. It only happens if like you don't pick spots, kinda. But so this is overall, this is a pretty fair map. So I got to scout with the Sprute, and it's really easy to run into buildings when you're scouting on this map. So I want to make sure my brute doesn't get killed. I want to scout a decent amount before. Oh crap! I actually died right there, but I do see the front of his war factory, which is important because I need to know if he's going to go for Gatlins or Lasher tank rushes or something. And Lasher tank is always good because it kills the Gatlin. So usually they go for a Gatlin, and if you're going like 2- from war factory, you're going to blow up your power plant or something. So a good idea to make a Lasher tank first. Sometimes you make a Gat first if you've been harassed, but Steams versus another Yuri. Lasher tank's always a good idea. So my goal is to get 4 or 5 miners, then to make a battle lab. I think 5 miners usually works out a little better for you, because then you don't go low money when you're making a Psychic Dominator if you have 5 miners.
We get real dirty out here. Ready for full auto. I love the
Construction complete.
I was born
New construction options. Building.
So, yeah, so Yuri vs. Yuri can get complicated. Like, I was talking to this one guy. I was like, if you make mass discs in a late game versus Yuri, it could get tricky. But if you're going with 2 masterminds, 3 masterminds, and then you got a couple of gas, a couple of mags, like a mid-game attack, an early mid-game attack, you got to use your mid-game army before it goes into a late-game army. Because eventually when they have mass discs, like a whole bunch of UFOs, it gets to the point where it starts to get tricky. If it's just UFOs versus UFOs, it's not super complicated. In general, more UFOs wins, depending on how many gas they have, because gas shoot down UFOs better for the amount of money they cost. But you got to use your big game army and not let them get into a late game, because it's a tech shift. It goes from like gas, Lasher tanks, and then masterminds a little bit later to Magnetrons a little bit later, then to masterminds, then late game it goes to mass disc. But when you go to mass disc, it could get really, really tricky, and there's kind of a lot to explain. But what happens is I gotta talk about this game, but the discs get shot down by Gatlins, but then the Gatlins get killed by masterminds, but then the masterminds will get killed by Magnetrons if you pick up the Magnetrons. But then it depends how many masterminds you have. If you start making mass masterminds, they're gonna mind control the all the gas and then shoot the discs, and then just like, and then if you have too many masterminds, they're gonna make more discs and ignore your other units, and then more discs are gonna win. So so many. It gets confusing and complicated, but in general it can, but not all the time. So right now these are middle game armies with like only 1 or 2 discs with masterminds, like I was explaining before. But the late game's gonna be mass disc, but it doesn't always get into a late game type of army composition. Not all the time. And on this map, I gotta be careful that I secure my ore patches, because if I don't secure the next ore patches when my miners have to move, I'm not gonna be able to get any money, and it's just gonna be pretty dumb. Okay, so I gotta get another power plant. I want to sneak up my Yuri Prime over there, because I think he's not gonna notice it, because he's gonna be busy worrying about me over here. And another thing is that usually it seems like the attacker loses more than the defender, because you're gonna run into a Gatlin tower. It's either gonna be on hold or be right there, and then you're gonna run into slave miners. Kind of want to distract him right here. And I see the virus, but I want to go for it anyway because I think she might have to shoot me twice.
He shall serve me well.
It was kind of dumb, but I kind of got desperate because I was just trying to force something to happen that was actually not a good play. But I only lost to Yuri Prime. I didn't make a major mistake that's going to lose my whole army. So overall, and the Yuri Prime might not even do anything. And another thing about Yuri Prime, when you start getting a lot of UFOs, don't make the Yuri Prime anymore, like right now. Yuri Prime's good when there's not a lot of UFOs and there's no viruses versus another Yuri. So here we go. I could attack over here. I gotta start looking for my next ore patches. Okay, I think I could attack here. I gotta be careful. I got more. He's got a lot of ground army, meaning that my masterminds are gonna be more effective. I can mind control his gats and then shoot him. And he's kind of camping. He's not counterattacking. He's just basically reacting to what I'm doing. But we both got 2 super weapons. There's his gat. Now I'm gonna attack with the Psychic Dominator. See if I could pop 1 War Factory, but I don't want to lose like 3 discs to do it, so I gotta bail out of there. So I hit him with the Psychic Dominator. Okay, getting a little bit crazy here. 3 War Factories on this map's enough. Okay, so he kind of allowed me to mind control him right there. Okay, so it's going back and forth a little bit, so I gotta keep my head on straight because this is tricky here. I don't even know who has more disc at this point. So he brought his miners, I got my miners here. Okay, I used my miners as fodder. He did kill some of my miners, but I did kill him a lot of his army though. So if I attack right away, I should have the advantage. But I gotta make sure my electric is high. The next time he Psychic dominates. Oh look, there's miners right there. So do I have enough? Okay, so I got 2 masterminds. I could go in for another attack now.
Is there a problem?
And getting this tech built is a good idea. It's a kind of like a Patriot missile, but not as strong as a Patriot missile. But it shoots at ground too. Look, I snagged a mastermind. Look. Oh, I don't even know how many I got right there. My mastermind freaking got him pretty bad right there. I mean, this pace is so fast in the Yuri versus Yuri. I think Yuri versus Yuri is the most complicated matchup. I mean, allies versus allies, that's get crazy, but I think this is actually harder because what I explained about how the when it gets into mass disc. And now when it goes into mass disc, look, 2 miners. I think he can't do anything to stop it. When it goes into mass disc, he could kill me if he missed a whole bunch of Gatlins, but he has to take right away before I could respond by countering with masterminds and use them against him. So it's kind of tricky because you got like small time windows to attack when the best attack is when you're Yuri versus Yuri. So I think I got him outnumbered, and if I get this mastermind in the front, I'm in good shape. So that Gatlin tower is super good, and he's running out of shit. He hadn't actually looked away from my army for a little bit too long, but it looks good. He doesn't really have much, so maybe I could kill this MCV and outright run the game right here. He shouldn't have sold that Gatlin tower. Boom boom. I'm not scared of only 2 Gatlin tanks. So I'm just gonna kill all his stuff. I think it's game over. He might quit right here. Let's see. He's gonna fight for maybe 1 more minute. Because I mean, I got 3 war factories and I'm putting out stuff. He doesn't have a battle lab. He's dead. He's dead. You can see it for sure now. Got my mastermind in there to get this last 2 magnetrons, and that's a good game. Okay, good game, and that worked out well for me. It does get a little bit crazy. It's a little bit tricky, but Yuri vs. Yuri is exciting. And if you're the Yuri master, you had to know how to do Yuri vs. Yuri. So good game. Thanks for watching.